Hey, what's up, guys? Kai here. I don't know why my hair is being all lopsided today. Um, but yeah, anyways, this week's topic is being trans during the holidays. I also want to apologize for missing last week's topic. I was kind of still getting over being sick. I was having some weird, dizzy feelings and stuff. I just wasn't able to film. I did have some things I wanted to say about last week, though, so I'm gonna try to save that for whenever we have a free topic again. I'll try to make that the topic, mood changes on testosterone and all that. But anyways, yeah, this week's topic is being trans during the holidays, and really, I don't feel like I have like a ton to say about it anymore because at this point in my life, being trans during the holidays isn't really even really a thing. Excuse me. My my family, my extended family, pretty much everyone around me is very on board with my transition. Obviously, I look this way, I sound this way, so everyone pretty much knows and is really good with pronouns and all that stuff, thankfully. So it's not a huge thing for me. I can go back and say definitely the first few holidays after like coming out and starting to transition and stuff were a bit awkward, and I had definitely some moments, but luckily I had some supportive parents by that point, by the time the holidays came around, and they were able to help me out. They would tell my extended family members sometimes, like, oh, Kai uses the name Kai now, or just switching pronouns and stuff like that. They were really helpful with that. So I was really lucky in that regard, and I know that that's not everyone's experience. So one thing I will say about the holidays definitely is if you do have to kind of be around people who are not as supportive or not on board, or you're not even out to people yet, and it kind of, for one, just know that it is going to take, a toll on you mentally and emotionally and even physically. Sometimes it is going to be kind of exhausting, I imagine. It was for me when people weren't fully on board and stuff like that, so I can only imagine being around so many people and having so many people, especially if you have like social anxiety and something like that, which I also have social anxiety. So that's probably the most difficult thing for me about the holiday is just being around so many people at once and having to like talk to relatives and stuff that I don't see for like the whole year, and then all of a sudden I have to like interact with them. Um, all that can be very mentally, physically, emotionally tiring. So just remember to always take time for yourself. Um, find those people who do support you, and that might not be physically like in your location. That might not be people who are actually around you. That might be an online community or something like that. There's definitely a lot of Facebook groups and things like that, Instagram people and YouTube channels and stuff. That's where I found a lot of my support in the earliest days. So there's always, you know, those resources. Sorry, I heard something. Had to go check it out. But yeah, so that's where I found a lot of my support in the early days, and that can always be a place where you can just kind of escape to. I've definitely left like crowded rooms and stuff and found a place, even if it's just like the bathroom, where I could just be alone for a few minutes, and I find that helpful sometimes. So one, it can be definitely hard. It can be difficult. Know that those moments are gonna end. You're not gonna have to deal with that, the rest of the year, having to be around so many people, especially if they're not like on board or supportive. Uh, but yeah, and it's okay to like remove yourself from those situations, if you need to, and if it's safe to do so. But I understand it can be difficult, and if nothing else, feel free to reach out to me, to message me, and I will gender you correctly. Let me know your pronouns, let me know your name, and I will make sure I use those if you just need to hear it, because the people around you are using the correct uh, pronouns and correct name for you. I will use it for you if it comes to that. But yeah, just definitely make sure you make time for yourself and just like don't focus on that, like what how they're seeing you or perceiving you. Find those communities, even if they're online, that do see you for who you really are and how you see yourself, basically. Um, so yeah, that's probably about the best advice I have. I know it's not the greatest. I was pretty fortunate in that regard, but I definitely did have some awkward moments early on, and even now I'm still kind of like weird around family and extended family, even more so than I was before with just my social anxiety, just because I know that they saw me so long as like someone else. Um, and now I'm kind of like presenting in a different way and wanting them to see me in a different way, which, like I said, a lot of my family's supportive and awesome and great with the pronouns and all that stuff. It's just still awkward for me because it's like, I don't know, that's just kind of how I am. So I get that, but make sure you make time for yourself, even if that means leaving a party or something like that, like going to a room by yourself. I do that all the time. There's no shame in that. There's no problem with wanting to be alone. And yes, I've gotten a hard time for it sometimes when people in my family are like, "Where'd Kai go?" and they're like, you're up here all alone and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just want to be alone for a moment. I'll get back into it, but I'm not a super social butterfly, so sometimes I just need to be alone, and that's okay." Um, I feel like that wasn't very helpful. I'm also awkward when I'm filming, and like I don't have really like a good place to film here. When I'm visiting family, and I'm visiting family right now, and people are around, and I get awkward. So it's okay to be awkward during the holidays, I guess. If nothing else, if you get nothing else from this video, that's that. So, anyways, I will see you all next week. As always, stay strong, stay safe, and stay you. I love you all. Peace.